Well, good morning. Got a long day ahead of us. Let's get going. Because we're skipping a day today. Because you know why? Not because I necessarily want to, but we have to. Because there's a Noreaster coming in May. Which means that there's going to be northeast winds for like 4 days, and we are not dealing with that. So, we're going to Skidaway Island today. So it's really hard for me to kind of show what it's like living on my tiny little boat here. So let's see if this works. This is me anchored out. My tiny little setup. All by myself. And there's not been another boat all night. It's kind of weird for how small of a boat I am, but it's pretty cool. Can't really beat this view either. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Do I drink my coffee at the recommended dosage? Absolutely not. Because for a cup of coffee, they call for 1 teaspoon of instant coffee. No. I do like 2 tablespoons. Because I'm used to drinking espresso. So, yeah. They say 80 cups in that container of instant coffee. No. There's like maybe 30. Which is fine, because I want to get through it anyway. Because it's not great. But it's better than nothing. Also, call out to Silly Pint here. Silicone coffee mugs, awesome. Awesome. Been using them for a few years now, and they're great. Feels a lot better to be sailing on the area that, if you remember back to yesterday, that was, this was straight up mud that we're sailing on now. And it's high tide now, as of like 10 minutes ago. So we're now on the outgoing tide, but that also shows that the tidal change here in Georgia is crazy, because there's probably 6 feet of water underneath me right now. And then in about 6 hours, this is gonna be a mud flat again. And that's incredible on so many different levels. That 1, that's possible, and 2, that there are species that actually have the ability to survive in all of these different conditions. Correction, not supposed to turn there. Turned around. We're gonna keep going. Anyway, back to your regular scheduled activities and enjoy some sailing today, because we're going actually 2 stops ahead, because there is a nor'easter cell coming in that's bringing a bunch of rain to this eastern half of the country, as well as just dumped snow in Ohio. Yes, snow in Ohio on May 9th. That's not right. And so to also a lot of people that talk about, you know, like global warming, but it just snowed. Global warming, climate change is more of lots of extreme weather, which means that we're gonna have snow storms later in the year, but that also means it's gonna be warmer, probably up at the poles. And then also we're gonna have longer summers, but also more sporadic summers. And it's just, anytime that you think that what is a normal season now is gonna get it thrown out the window. Like, we're gonna have hurricanes. We just had our first named tropical system in the Pacific on May 9th. That is a new record. How did we have a snowstorm and a tropical system in the same month? It sounds pretty crazy to me.
Like, I would like there to be a Denny's when I get there. Hank is ready to go to the moon on the day there is a Denny's. I love it. It's also a thing.
First off, going through that little cut there, that's technically the ICW. That is narrow. Like, I'm glad I'm in this boat, because big boats at low tide, that would be a sketchy pass to go through. Now you can just go around the island, but like, this is the technical channel. That's like maybe 100 feet across, if that, which is like technically what the ICW is supposed to be minimum 100 feet across. Like, man, that's narrow, especially at low tide. Also, it looks like it's gonna rain. Not entirely sure though. It looks like we're at like 15% chance, but like that looks like rain. We'll see. And we only got like 3.5 miles left, so we're doing pretty good. Saying it's only 1:45. But yeah, that was fun. Hey, so plans have changed a little bit. Plans have changed a lot today. So, back to this morning, we had decided that I was not gonna go to Kilkenny Marina on the backside of Tybee Island. I was gonna push up to Delago Creek Marina. Then from that, I made really good time. Plus also I had gotten a contact with someone who was offering up their dock, which was great, that would have been awesome. But then when I got to the dock, I had no contact information of the person from the house, only their neighbor, and no one looked like they were home. And I had very minimal contact, and I just didn't feel super comfortable with it. So I made the decision that we continued on. We're gonna go to a third marina, so we're actually skipping 2 days worth of marinas today. Not that it's like extraordinary distance. I mean, I think our total distance at the end of the day is gonna be 20, I wanna say like 23 miles. So like a decent day, but we had good wind. And then from there, we're gonna head up to Isle of Hope Marina. Hopefully, if we can make it there before 5 o'clock. So I'm really gonna try and pump away here to make sure we can get to the marina on time before they close, so they can help me get into an interior slip, because we're currently sitting at 5.6 knots and we need to go 4.1 nautical miles in an hour. So in theory, if we hold this speed, we'll be fine. However, I don't anticipate, I will not bank on holding it the entire time. Which also means that we actually get to Savannah today. Which is like, we got to Savannah from St. Catherine's Island. I feel like that's pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pumped. I'm pumped about that. I mean, yeah, I may have missed out on some interesting connections, but I'm pumped. We like made serious progress today. Go team. I wasn't actually gonna get the camera, but like, yeah, feeling pretty good. That last piece of equipment we are gonna talk about is going to be the boat here. I'm gonna do a bunch of information on that when I'm docked up. I think that's gonna be the plan, so I can move around and show you different parts. But yeah, the boat's gonna be the last piece of equipment, then I'm gonna end things there for that video. This video. And then we'll continue on from there. But I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. I've enjoyed making them again. It's been super great to get feedback on the first couple of videos. The videos are like way behind schedule, I understand that. But I don't have shore power that often, and I don't have a great place to edit. My laptop doesn't last super long when I'm editing, so We don't get as much progress as we normally would, but they'll get done. Also, if you want to stay most up to date on the project and on my trip, make sure to go follow me on social media. Follow me on Instagram or on Facebook at Climate Kayak and Conversation, or you can just stay up to date, bookmark the project website, climatekayakanconversation.org. That is the best way to stay up to date on the project. And then I will then post videos from there as well. Lots of short clips on all sorts of different things. But if you want to stay most up to date on the project, Facebook and Instagram, or just the website, as well as I write a weekly blog, or weekly, bi-weekly-ish blog. But keep up to date on that. Continue on the adventure. You all are probably wondering, where on earth is Will going? Which is fair, because I haven't told you today. Because I didn't know until, you know, a couple of hours ago. So, where we're going today is another place I used to work. It also is with University of Georgia, and it is the Burton 4-H Center on Tybee Island. We are going up a very small creek at an incoming low tide called Horsepen Creek, and as you can probably see, it's very low right now, but it's on an incoming tide, which is very important, which also means that I need to ride this on an outgoing tide. We're gonna be here for a few days because it's gonna suck for the next few days, so at least we get to hang out with some friends. Plus, it started raining a little bit. Now, actually, one of the truly wonderful things about this boat that I actually haven't used that much is its incredibly shallow draft. That right now we're in that much water, you know, 8 inches maybe, and we're just gliding right over the top. Now, there are some caveats. I've had to pull the dagger board up, the fins are up, and the rudder is only at half. But with the incoming tide, I'm kind of just drifting with the incoming tide here, and we're getting it. If you came in with like a normal boat, this never would have happened. Pretty cool, right? I think we're just about there. So, to talk about the last piece of gear for this video is the boat itself. So this is a 2015 Hobie Mirage Adventure Island. This is part of the whole island series that Hobie does. They have a single version like this, as well as they also have a tandem version. The reason I went with the single version is, honestly, it was the first one that was available to me. Because this boat specifically was sponsored to me by Kitty Hawk Kites and Kitty Hawk Surf Company out in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. If you guys want to go learn about them, I've got a link down to their organization down in the links below. They do everything from kayaking to surfing to hang gliding. Hang gliding is their big thing. That's where I got originally involved with them, was working as a hang gliding instructor. But this boat, overall, some of the specifications is it's 16 feet long. When you have the outboard pontoons, what we call the amas, when they're out, your beam or your reach across is about 9 feet. The sail itself sits at about 17 feet long. And then when you have the dagger board down, that will bring your draft, or how deep you are into the water, to about 2 feet. Steering wise, I have a rudder back here. You've seen a lot of my different videos with steering from the rudder here that goes back to the back, but you're able to pull the rudder up and down with a couple of strings and levers here. The pedals are the Hobie Mirage system that you see on lots of different Hobie kayaks. I have the turbo pedals on them, so that basically it makes them a little bit longer, which is great to get a little bit of extra power out of all of that. And one of the major differences that I've done on this boat, that I'll link my video to the tent video that I made, that I have these brown boards that you've seen a lot of my videos on as well. That is what I set my tent up on. And the boards themselves are made out of synthetic decking material that then the tent itself, which is a Camp-Right tent cot, is then gonna sit across. I have the original Camp-Right tent cot because the newer version has 4 sets of legs versus 2, and it just makes it a lot easier. This boat specifically was made in 2015, and there's a major difference between the pre-2015 models and the post-2015 models. More than anything, is 2 things. One, the shape of the hull is more streamlined underneath like a sailboat versus a kayak, as well as the seat that I've been sitting on had a major upgrade to what they call the Vantage seat. Has a lot more comfort, a lot more flexibility. It's got legs underneath, as well as you can change a lot of your positioning, lumbar support. Really, really great. If you're curious about this boat specifically, I'll have a link to Hobie's site, as well as Kitty Hawk Surf Company's site, to one of these boats. If you're looking to buy one of these boats brand new, they're around $4,500. The tandem version is going to be about $7,200. But you can absolutely pick up one secondhand as well. If you're interested in this boat, feel free to send me a message on any of the social media, or you can reach out to me at climatekayakkingconversation@gmail.com, or just drop a comment here and let me know what your thoughts are on this. Have you used one before, or are you interested in using one? Let me know. I'm super excited to get involved. There's a great Facebook community of people who own this boat. It's called Hobie Island Adventure, or Hobie Island Owners, or something like that. I'll drop that link down as well. But it's been really great. It's got 3 different hatches, which makes really great for access, and super, super stable. And there's all sorts of fun people doing really crazy modifications with it. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end things here. This is our video all about the gear I'm using. I know I've probably missed a couple of different pieces of gear, but thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well. Let me know your thoughts of different gear that you might have for your kit, or gear that I might be forgetting. I know this is probably a really long video covering all the different kinds of gear that I have, but I'll try and keep this short and as concise as possible. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the water.